And you're tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to Yes, Massive Wagwan. Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show with your host, none other than Joby, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Andrew Robinson, love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, Massive.
Bringing communities together around the world. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Up to be this way. I don't know all the reasons, babe, but I feel like I wanna be this way. Protect me from me, why?
Greetings and salutations, Massive News and Jerome, all the way in Switzerland.
But I don't know
and
who's
you
my
tune
my cup on
the Black Fire Radio.
I wish somebody told ya you all need something to hold on. Why do things have to be this way? Still we appreciate. Protect me from evil eye. Forgive me and keep all my secrets safe. Wake up and pray every day. More blessings incoming. Wake up and pray every day. More blessings incoming. Wake up and pray every day. More blessings incoming. Wake up and pray every day. Where more blessings incoming. Shocker. Electric loud round motor. I wanna know things they are broken. Something wrong, you're shut out. Good. Bless.
Yes, family, karibuni sana to another beautiful conversation right here on the Black Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. Hope you guys have been amazing. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. And of course, I'm wishing you nothing but a blessed week ahead. A quick shout out to everyone who's right here with me. So many of you early this morning. I appreciate you so much for being right here, of course, on today's episode of today, the Pan-African Bliss Show. A quick shout out to everyone live with me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok. Shout out to Jaboya, shout out to MC Sidu Nani, but anyway, karibu sana, and everyone also live with us on Rumble, on the show page, and on the radio station. In case this is your first time right here, welcome to the media of the 21st century. My name is Joby, and of course, kindly subscribe or follow us on whatever stream you are streaming live with us from. And of course, for today's, we shall be checking, of course, on what has been happening during the weekend, including where we can see an attempted coup that did occur in DRC Congo. That actually comes with some positive news and bad news, because you can see part of the people who planned this are foreigners. When you talk about the foreigners, we're talking about the British. We have some British citizens who have been arrested, and 3 Americans who are also part of this, and also some part of the people in Kinshasa as well. So we shall be talking about that as our major conversation. What facts and non-facts do we have on this? We shall also go ahead and discuss what is happening in Niger, where we can also see the U.S. troops are being demanded to leave Niger. That is by mid-September, and we've seen Chad also are doing the same. But since the election, I'm not sure what is really happening in that country. I'm kind of confused. What is really happening in terms of leadership? Is it the true leadership we have, or is it the same puppets that we have running the country? Because we saw them trying to join the Alliance Sahel states a few weeks ago. So I'm kind of confused, being honest, what is happening in Chad itself. We shall also talk about also what is happening in Kenya. It being the World Bee Day that was yesterday, and how farmers are being affected. I think it's today, if I'm not wrong. Today, sorry. How farmers have been affected on this, and how deforestation and logging of trees has actually also affected their market and all that, and also what is happening in the 254. Karibuni sana once again. My name is Joby, and let me know if I'm going super fast for you. But if this is your first time, I'd love to urge you first to go actually to the Google Play Store. After subscribing or following us on whatever platform you're streaming live with us from, kindly go to the Google Play Store and download the Black Fire Network app. On Friday, I saw so many people turned up on the network. We had like about 30 plus people, and that is amazing, to see that people are being proactive. So kindly ensure if you are new here and you've been missing out the shows, probably on the network, or maybe you lost us and you found us, ensure you have the Black Fire Network app. Enjoy the show. Karibuni sana. And of course, I began with an amazing positive jam. I'm getting back to it, and of course, I'll be coming back with the quote of the day and much more. What is happening in the African continent? What are you up to during the weekend as well?
Show me good can't stop momentum. Keep my window open. Let the light in, it's gorgeous. Let's stay down, black skin, it's for us. Place my mother, place my daughter, place my peace of mind. Father and sister, wake up and pray every day. 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 When my blessings can come, down on my knees and I pray. Celebrate in Jesus' name. Only you can't redeem this pain. I can't redeem this pain. I go down on my knees and I pray. Celebrate in Jesus' name. Only you can redeem this pain. Only you can redeem this pain. I go down on my knees and I pray. I go down on my knees and I pray.
And you tune into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to.
Yes, welcome to the Pan African Bliss Show. In case you are just tuning in, karibu sana to Roni. Thank you so much for tuning in and for tapping the screen as usual. Hope umekuwa na weekend fiti, or rather hope you've had a beautiful weekend if you cannot understand Swahili. But we've been having Swahili classes. Yeah, go that tena na kucheki. Yeah, we've been having Swahili classes right, and I bet the family, if in case you shall be tuning in, kindly come back with a new term. I remember before, that was on Saturday before I left the studio, Spikes was like, ensure every single day you're learning a word about, or maybe a Swahili word. Ensure you learn something every single day. Every single day, learn something, because every day is also a learning lesson. But anyway, karibuni sana once again. This is the media of the 21st century, the Black Fire Network radio station. At 2 minutes to 1 p.m. right here in the 254. It's been a beautiful weekend for me. I don't know about you guys, but of course, karibuni sana to yet another beautiful week where we shall be checking and tackling the discussions of what is happening with our African leadership, with our resources, with everything, including us as a people, religiously, spiritually, and everything that we shall be tackling. But today, majorly, we shall be focusing on DRC Congo. Like I mentioned earlier before the beginning of the show, is that we did see an attempted coup. And I'm not sure about the fact, but we can see some of the mentioned people. We have some British citizens, some American citizens, and of course some people also who are part of the DRC Congo. But before we get started, my quote of today is very simple. Is hello Monday, and I'm wishing you nothing but a great week ahead. Nothing but just positivity, blessings, and focusing on you, your goals, and everything. Like stay positive. I was reading a book yesterday. I've tried starting reading. I was reading a book yesterday, and there's some of the things I learned, and I was just laughing along the reading. And it includes psychological understanding of understanding the human psychology and all that. And when it comes to positivity, your mind. I didn't know actually we have a chemical in the brain that is negative bias. That is something I learned yesterday. I'm not sure how correct that is, but I learned that on a book that I was reading, that the mind has a chemical that is chemically biased, a chemical that is naturally or negatively biased. So it is very highly required of you to stay positive all the time. But anyway, karibuni sana. As we get started, I want to start, of course, with my very own country. What is happening in the 254, and of course, what our dear president has in store for us. Last week, we did see him. Actually, not last week. Last week we did actually hold a couple of meetings right here in the 254. We've seen him actually also going outside for meetings like the soil fertilizer summit, which actually, again, I say it sounds dumb as it's being pronounced, but he is actually supposed this week to go visit the states and to make a very historic statement or try to plea on how he can work with the United States. This is actually comes as a threat, and we've seen a video I was sharing some time back of this young man who called out on African leaders and spoke about selling out of lands. Okay, selling out of lands. But before I get started, since we're talking about also it being the World Bee Day, I want to share this video very quickly and connect the dots of the leadership itself and all this. Just last week, we did actually try and mention some foods and how Africans we've abandoned food. On Friday, we did actually see that Kenya was supposed to tax bread as well. I'm not sure if this has been passed yet. It was actually a request for them to tax the bread. And we did actually mention of some of the things that we African people, the organic foods we used to actually eat when it came to our homes for breakfast. We had sweet potatoes, raw potatoes. We had so many things that we literally actually used to rely on, matoke and so much. But today, if you look at most of the lifestyles of African people globally, not everyone, for those I think who are literally living in the cities, we want to normalize so much westernization, and we've seen the repercussions of it, which is actually cancer. And you can see it is the target that they are using currently with the VACCIN is. But anyway, let me share this video very quickly. This young, not this young, but I think I've shared a couple of videos of this guy, Dr. I can't pronounce his name, Dr. Laika. Yeah, Dr. Laika, a couple of his videos, and he's always spoken nothing but just the truth. And on this one, he speaks about the transformation or how slavery did actually affect agriculture. That is how simple I can simplify it. But let me share this as I get to give my point of view.
We talk a little bit about today about our African heritage and talk about how did we eat before slavery?
Well, before slavery and colonialism, we had a balanced diet. We ate green things in the morning, green food. We ate starches and greens and proteins. But now we're on to a diet that's strictly, with the major content of it is starch. And the starch is in the form of cereals or pancakes or pizza or cake, candy, all that starch. And we're on a highly starch-centered diet.
And if you try to look at, actually, I believe, and this is why I go back to where we saw recently Africans actually calling out on the company. This is Nestle, the baby powder, baby formula food products that are right now mostly relied by parents or by mothers. If you try to go back go back to the culture of African people. I did speak about that on a video on a show that I did that was 2 weeks ago. If you try look at today, most of the children, they actually have diabetes at a very early age, or you find a kid is actually very, I don't want to use fat, is actually very unoffensive word, but it's just the term. They have a huge body that is not normal for their age. And the majority of this is actually because why we've also spoken about where kids today are more affected, or more not really active mentally, like how we grew up. Because kids They're supposed to go outside, they're supposed to play. But today we have a culture of where your kid is supposed to stay at house. They should not be burnt by the sun, not understanding that actually you're supposed to sun gaze as an African person, you know? And by you keeping your kid, and I've seen actually this with my siblings. My dad used to be that person of he didn't want to let my siblings go outside until they start going to school, because he had a belief of witchcraft. My dad used to believe that, people are going to give my siblings a bad eye. So just some beliefs that didn't really make sense. But if you look at this, actually, you're denying this kid, number one, that opportunity to be active mentally by playing. Secondly, engaging with the other children and being, how do I say, being more connected with the nature or the ways of life, if that makes sense. Because this is why we find parents today have intoxicated kids with, now we have tablets, the internet, and now we have PukeTube, and PukeTube now today, since it doesn't even have any restriction, I don't think it is even anymore. Kids can watch anything. We have the drug, are they called the drug what? Are they called the drug performers? I can't remember their name, but we have so much on the internet that we're supposed to be protecting kids from. And I remember Keith laughing about this. Karibu Sana, I see you on TikTok. I remember Keith laughing about this when I said, personally, I'm not going to allow my kid to have a phone at still a certain age, which I'm going to be comfortable with. Because I feel like if you look at today, and this is why when you go back again to the traditions, the culture of Africa, this includes everything, not just all about food, but there's so much that we've normalized, so much westernization, and it is so sad to see that African people are picking this, thinking it's a lifestyle, while it's actually destroying you as an African person. Shout out to John Mosquito, Karibu Sana.
Eating that large amount of starch causes bone deformities.
Because look at kids. Every Sunday today, you'll find that parents, when they take kids outside, it's all about candies, having usually nothing but starch food. Pizzas, I'm a fan, I'm not gonna lie. KFC, I'm a fan, I'm not gonna lie. But we're not supposed to be eating most of these things, And this is why you find most of the children have actually obesity at a very early age. And I think this is okay. It's not.
The teeth shift in the jaw, and people have to wear braces, causes hair loss. It's a tremendous amount of starch, which requires a tremendous amount of insulin. So this starch in the diet was a lot of problems with the slaves. So the primary thing that all of African people were put on was a starch in the diet and a lot of fats. They even bought fats, called it fat back. Because during slavery, they believed that the food that caused them to get the most labor out of the slaves was starches and fats. So they put fat in everything, fats in the greens, fried foods, just to keep our oils going, because they knew that the protein wasn't giving us the energy to work. It was the fats. So we had a fat and starch in the diet, which caused our health to deteriorate and caused the need for doctors to be contracted on slave plantations because of this highly intensive starch in the diet. It's very devastating.
Yep, and it is crazy to see, now today we're not just talking about starch, we're talking now about them injecting now food, animals in general, with the VACCINEs, which you're consuming, not knowing what you're consuming. And this is why you find yourselves now having some certain sort of diseases that you don't know where they came from. You are very healthy, very okay. But I'd say for Africa again, I'd literally spare the Africans in America. I'd spare the African Americans, because if you try to look at the system, that is what you guys have. So you have no lands where you can farm. You have literally nowhere you can practice or do your own farming. But Africa, we do. The only problem is that we don't control or own majority of the land, number one, which is a problem as well, which we're still fighting, which I keep on saying every single time. As much as we're being called stupid by the Prime Minister of Uganda, doesn't understand why people are dying out of anger. Number one is because of poor leadership, which has failed to take back lands, but continuously kept on selling away lands. And this is why we have this introduction of the food aids, and which are nothing but just chemicals. Because the GMO maize we have, it's literally not healthy. Yellow maize, it doesn't even taste anything. If you try, because personally I can differentiate, and I've said this before. It came to our school, and I was in primary when I was in the village, and I saw yellow maize, and I was like, yellow maize? This is crazy. You know, yellow maize, and if you try to eat them, it has a certain type of, it's just not okay. Something is just not okay. So it is crazy. But if you try to look at that, and now what we have, Ruto, our very dear own president, what is going to do? Because we have our very own dear president, William Ruto, who is going to give a very historical speech in the United States. But let's see what this the speech is all about. They're saying that President William Ruto starts his historic trip to the United States of America today, a visit that is poised to be a turning point for Kenya as it's aimed at strengthening ties between the two nations. Mind you, 2 months ago, we had Kenya again. President William Ruto meeting up with the Ghanaian president, that is Nana Akufo-Addo, and he also met with the Central Republic, yeah, somewhere in DRC there, Central of Republic, for them to strengthen the ties and all that. But when you check the three countries, or the country that is going to strengthen relationship with the other, number one, it's not doing okay economically. Ghana, they're not different. The Central Republic of Congo, is it the Central Republic of Congo? Let me check that. I don't know, I'm confused. Is it? Yeah. Or Congo. Yeah, I don't know, I'm confusing with that. Yeah, the Central Republic of Congo. You did go and meet with the president. When we checked, they did say actually that the country is doing amazing, which wasn't. You know, they mentioned a couple of things. I shared a video again on a show. If you were here, and we saw they are not actually doing amazing. But yes, President William Ruto has started his historic trip to the United States of America today, a visit that is poised to be a turning point for Kenya and is aimed at strengthening ties between the two nations. The state visit, and the first by an African leader, in 15 years, will kick off today. That is in Atlanta. And the President William Ruto, however, be only the third state visit since independence. Let me see this. Am I reading this is today. And previous state visit has been made by the President Daniel Arap Moi, that was in 1980, and President Mwai Kibaki in 2003. President Ruto's visit is seen as emblematic, given the last state visit by an African leader, and that was in 2009, 15 years ago, when President George Bush hosted Ghana, John Kofu. But we have Keith in the building before I get to continue, as you get to see what really this is all about.
Happy Sana, Joby.
Karibu Sana, how you doing?
Breaking my ass up.
How was your weekend?
Yeah. I guess I ain't doing nothing but sleep. Yeah, you were talking about the Central African Republic. That's the name you look at.
Yeah, Central African Republic. I don't know why we call it. The division of these countries just brings a certain sort of confusion, you know, because you don't know if you try.
Because they're not real names.
Exactly, because if you try to look at this, we know it's just the same people, you know, there's nothing different. They speak the same language, literally.
Yeah, that was the Congo. Then they broke when they partitioned all of Africa, Joe. They made these fake borders and made these fake names. So that Central African Republic was part of the ancient Congo Kingdom. So the little. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're talking about where 2 months ago he did actually sign a deal with the president of Ghana, that is Nana Akufo-Addo, and the Central African Republic.
Yeah.
And one of the things that Ruto said when he was signing the deal with the Central African Republic president is that the country is very developed. But if you try to look at the country, we know it's very exploited, resource-wise.
What are they talking about? The African Republic, one of the poorest countries in Africa, has no development at all. Sounds crazy as hell.
So that is what Ruto was saying, giving props to the country for transforming economically, in infrastructure-wise and all that. But I remember I shared with the family the video at the same time when we were talking about that.
It's crazy. It's crazy talk.
Yeah, it is crazy talk. But yes, he has started his trip to the US, and I think he was supposed to make this speech 2-3 weeks ago, and it was cancelled, something like that. So right now, I think they did reschedule, and we can see that
Brought him back.
he's one of the presidents who are going to, talk about this.
They gotta bring their puppet back. So puppet's coming. I'm gonna talk about. They be like, man, who gives a shit with this? The shit what this nigga's talking about.
Mm-hmm. So one of the agendas, he says that he will urge multinational companies in the US to take advantage of the irresistible trade and investment options.
He ain't telling you to come and take. He's a puppet. He's asking multinational companies to come and take over Kenya's infrastructure now, where things will go 3 times as high. He's a puppet, family. That's why he's there. Why he's put there. Since you guys all the video, you know he was never elected. Never. And never, no one in Kenya's ever elected, installed. He's a puppet. And he's now been made to give away the rest of the country and keep Africans in Kenya in absolute abject poverty. He's there. He knows you're too stupid, as we did the IQ test. Saturday tomorrow, I did it Saturday, and then also the spike Saturday, showing the IQ. They saying, I was looking at something Friday night. Got me mad as hell. I had to calm down. He said, these Africans, those you Africans are stupid as shit. He was talking about something else, but they always go back to black people. Always. He said, people get mad about Africa getting conquered and stuff like that. It ain't our fault you're stupid. You Africans IQs are 75. I said, 75? Even I know that. I said, what? Yeah, don't blame us because you're stupid. You're easily manipulated. You worship us. I mean, and then he doubled down. He said, and if you don't like it, leave. It's not my fault you can't handle the truth. African people are stupid. You're morons. So I had Demore pull up the IQ chart of Africa. I was like, God damn, everybody's retarded. I know Jibba Jabba let me know everything under 8. I thought it was 75 was retarded. Every African country is retarded. It's saying, according to the IQ test. Every African country is retarded.
What?
Yeah. Pull up, do this, Joby. Say IQ test. They say IQ test according to the countries. Go to Google, say IQ test. And that's I knew that they said Gambia was like in the 50s. That's why I was laughing at Demore. I said, oh, Demore, your cousin over there exploiting the Gambians, their IQ's only 50. I know Kenya and Tanzania was like 70, 75. I said, that's retarded. It was let me know 80 and none is retarded. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, don't blame me. The IQ test. IQ in Africa, they all stupid. That should be so hot, I had to calm myself down. They go check out the IQ test of these damn African countries. Shit, they're supposed to be dominated. They're all stupid. I said, 75, that's fucking, I knew growing up 75 is retarded. And Jibba Jabba let me know 80 and none is retarded. Like, God damn. I said, shit. That country's in Africa, talking about they 50, their IQ is 50. I'm like, what? That's why motherfuckers went like, I lie you. They got Africa fucking retarded.
The ones to the lowest, Gambia, which is 49.
Who's the lowest? Yeah.
Gambia.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I said, God damn. Because, Demore's cousins over there got it. Started a business. I said, your cousin over there exploiting them people. They IQ number 50.
Kenya is 75.
God damn, that's retarded, Joby.
No, we're not retarded. Nigeria is 67.
Yeah, they said anything under 80, Joby, is considered retarded.
They're the ones making this shit up, not us. They
I
don't
know, I know.
know us. They're the ones making this up. You've not met Joby, you've not met Shmal, you've not met Bagan. No, you can't tell me everyone is that fucked up. No way. I don't give us 75. I give us an 80 actually. We are at 80 as Kenya. I think Nigerians actually should be the ones at 75 or 60.
If you're 80, you're still retarded. 80 and under is retarded. I was like, but when he said that shit, I never looked at the IQ level that the white man claims in Africa. I said, yeah, it's supposed to be dumb. People get mad at white people dominating these dumbass. Because he wasn't even talking about black people. How he went to black? He was talking about the universe. He said, yeah, but you get mad at us dominating these black people. Black people are stupid. And they're supposed to be dominated. Their IQ level is 75 in Africa. I was like, what? That can't be true. 75. I knew my mind is that's retarded. What's the person that's retarded?
We should check the ones actually who are giving these numbers, and we look at their race and their people. You know, you'll find they're even more fucked up than the talking about. Don't. Anyway, with the Kenyan president, of course, we're gonna be what the trip is. The same, of course, he's supposed to talk about trade and investment oppositions in Kenya that range from the ICT, mobility, agriculture, infrastructure, housing, renewable energy, carbon market. We're talking about the new world order things, of course. And President Ruto's message will be clear. And says that
found out the CIA has been running hit squads through Kenya. We found that out too. The CIA has been running around Kenya creating hit squads to go into Somalia, kill people.
It says this is a golden opportunity for you to bring your investments to Kenya. We have modeled Kenya. We have modeled Kenya as an irresistible investment destination. According to the State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed, President Ruto itinerary is in the U.S. will outline the 6-decade partnership between the two countries. 6 decades.
Yeah, it's about 6 decades since Jomo Kenyatta. 6 years since you got there's never been any partnership. It's been a puppet master relationship.
And on his first date, which is today, President Ruto will visit the Jimmy Carter Library and Museum in Atlanta, Georgia, which houses President Jimmy Carter's materials relating to administration. As 39th President of the United States, Carter's library will emphasize on the partnership with the U.S. and Kenya share in terms of governance, democratic values, and the fight against corruption. Indeed, Dr.
Both countries corrupt as shit. Don't have countries. That's all for democracy's a scam. It's all a lie. Look at all this old. So if you know now, all this shit's is scam talk. They talking about democracy. No democracy in America, no democracy in Kenya. Both countries are corrupt as shit. Sound crazy as shit. You dare come here, this is what we want you to do to be. That's why everything. Shout out to that lady who made that TikTok video. Look at, has anything Ruto done been the benefit of Kenyan people? The answer is no. Shout out to her, so they are waking up. No, ain't shit he's done benefit nobody from Kenya because he's a puppet. He was installed as a puppet. Telling you raising your taxes. Oh, Kenyan taxes are low. How are they low? You're a developing country, moron. Trying to compare yourself to Singapore. Singapore's developed. And they make much more money. How you compare yourself to Singapore?
Prayers, kid, prayers. The mother already done told you it's prayers. God damn it, prayers. It's prayers.
And because the more saying the same. Okay, we were taught kids in school because we're young country. That ain't why you poor. You out your fucking mind. Singapore didn't get free after you guys.
Didn't lie. That is the mentality I think we.
I know that's what they've been told. Like I proved them that's a lie. I proved to them that's a lie because I told them I said, look, Kenya got supposedly independent in 61 or 60, whatever it is. Singapore got their independence in 65. They're a developed country. You're not. So how they develop fast as you if they're young? They're younger than you. What you're told is lies. Everything you're taught is a goddamn lie.
It's crazy. But quick shout out to everyone live with us this morning. I see so many of you on YouTube. If you're on YouTube or Twitter, welcome. If this is the first time right here, Karibu Sana to the Black on Fire Network. We are the media of the 21st century. Follow us and also ensure you have our app, which is on the Google Play Store. And a quick shout out to Sister Michelle, who's with us. Shout out to Ikan Fire, who's also with us. Karibu Sana this morning. I also see Samuel. I see Cassius Williams. Hope you guys are doing great and we had a beautiful weekend. And Ikan says Central African Republic. Yes, thank you for the reminder and for the correction, of course. Sister Michelle says morning to you too. Afternoon from our end. He can also add that the only reason why Central African Republic has peace is Russia.
I know Russia. I think Russia's stealing shit out of there right now.
Yeah, I don't trust Russia. Trust me too.
I think Russia's opened up some damn mines and been stealing. I think Russia they got control of a diamond mine over the Central Africa. But of course, because they want, it's rich in minerals. They had Kagame. Remember Kagame? No good. A bootlicking ass supposedly got lost. They're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing over here in the Central African Republic? Me and my troops got lost. You got lost way the fuck over here? You went past Uganda and up over here in the Central African Republic? How you getting here? How you getting up in here? Talking that crazy shit he got lost. Talking about.
Because we do remember recently Russia opened its embassy in DRC Congo, or was it in Central African Republic? Let me try to see.
I know the Congo. They tried to overthrow the Congo yesterday. Everybody white, American white. You put them on TV and you put a bullet in their head.
Bubble gum up, Kaiser Williams Karibu Sana, Samuel also Karibu Sana. He says, what's funny? He says that Singapore came to Jamaica for an economic plan of action from Jamaica, and look at how different both of them are today.
Look, exactly. Because Jamaica is considered African, Samuel. Everybody Jamaica looks just like Africa. Poor and fucked up. They're like the way Africa. That's how, because the Africans have not decided that instead you have enemies, you must act accordingly. They all worship white people, and they never want to break away, and it's just a puppet state. Well, that's why you got the Chinese running around. Look, the white man has sent the Chinese down to every other African country now to also take over, to be another upper class. That's why you got the Chinese running around Kenya, Ghana, Jamaica, everywhere they go. So you got the same kind of idiotic treatment. The Africans are the majority and don't run shit. Don't run shit. Majority. Go ahead, Joe.
This is why I feel Africans, we need to be taught again, which we're talking about, stop normalizing divorce, because the more the society is actually being weakened, the more these people have actually an opportunity of taking advantage, number one, which is the women, which is their target, and for them to continue with or prolonging their life, whatever the target is. But I want to call out on the African man, because what we've been seeing online is just recently, I think you were talking with Demore on one of the shows where you told him to share the video that was going viral of a Chinese man beating up an African man. These videos are so many. This is becoming a norm. And sadly, again, I want to call out on these puppets who are going to strengthen diplomacy, strengthen fake democracy and all that, because your presentation of your weakness is the main reason why the rest of the people in the continent are seen as weak, and because of the laws which are not actually also passed by us, because we can see
that's true.
Is not created by us.
That's true, but your behavior, that's true, Joe. That's true too, Joe. But you're seeing, because how the fuck you gonna be there? Another little Chinese man beating on you, and you sitting there ain't doing nothing about it.
Let's not act like we've not seen our people also being arrested because of this. And you're gonna pay a bid. We can see what is happening in Saudi Arabia right now. We have a Kenyan who has been detained, and he has.
That's Saudi Arabia. That's not in who cares? That's Saudi Arabia. That's not in Africa. They beat your ass in Africa. That's something you can never
It's a very
tolerate.
good example, because when they come here, they walk scot-free. But when we go to their places, we don't walk scot-free. We have to raise that huge amount of money.
Oh,
No,
they get that man, because you're talking about again, Joby, your weakness. Weak. That's what they said. The people only dominate the weak. They don't dominate the strong. You're being dominated because you're weak. They're dominating the men because they seen the men that told you that's weak. And that's what they portray. It's your they'll cower in front of another fucking man in your own land. You out of your fucking mind? You deserve to be beat then. How you doing? That's supposed I can't see it on YouTube. What you supposed to have been done. What's supposed to have been done is supposed to be done. For real, for real. And them people supposed to be put on the street so everybody can see what you did. That's all. Whatever you do, that's supposed to be seen by the whole community. Let know this is not tolerated. It'll never happen fucking again. African man is seen as a goddamn weakling because he's a fucking weakling on the continent. That's why they come build stores and shit and tell you can't come in on your own land and they take your while to shut the shit down. They're only doing it because they show your weakness. Can't nobody come do no shit like that if you already know, hey, this is not gonna be tolerated. African tolerates all this crazy shit, colonization. So being recolonized again, that's what they're showing you. They're in your country, beating your ass. You up there, why Jesus ain't help you? A fucking Allah, any of these stupid religions that you've accepted. Why these guys help you not get your ass beat? Since you've accepted everybody else's culture, why these cultures ain't help you save yourself while these other men are whipping your ass? You're a grown ass fucking man letting another man whip your ass. You're not deserving of respect. Not on a global level. Shit, if you had white.
Very, very honest. To be very, very honest with me. In America, we know very well. You being a black person, if you actually try knock out a cracker, it's gonna be another case.
Yeah, well, that may be a case, but it does. That's why everybody's scared of us in America. That's right. Well, we consider the bad people because we knocking your ass out. You'll never see a Chinese man beat up on no African man in America. You'll never see it, ever. That's why they passed laws, Joby. Said, oh, we was beating up the Asian people. We wasn't. Said they needed protection from us. It wasn't. You know, they won't pass a law about us getting hurt. They pass a law that it's called the Asian Crime Bill. We studied. Saying that black people, we were knocking out Asians. We were running around America knocking their ass out. There's no Asian gonna come up to no African American man ever.
It's fine.
And get in our face.
It's fine. You get to give them the work immediately, and that's why we have laws passed, and this is why we have them scared of you. And that was
laws against us. They said if we knock them out, we're going to prison because they said there's a rash of black people beating up Asians. But that wasn't true. We wasn't knocking it. As long as they stay in their place, they know not to fuck around with us in America. Hey, what? I've never had no Asian man ever get in my face and talk crazy. Go ahead.
Words, but it's where we need to look at the consequences. Aftermath of it, still you're gonna go to prison. Yes.
Then you gotta overthrow the country then, because you can't allow that to be the norm, Joby. You can't allow other men to come in your country and whip your ass. That can't be the norm. You can't allow that. That can't be the norm, Joby. Because now you done put the whole continent at threat, be recolonized and kept in further poverty.
Well, again, I'll say this is why we need to stop again and raise a society of, oneness, as a family, number one. Because
and you got to make men to be warriors. The African man is a coward.
We have kids.
You got to raise a warrior.
Mothers, and this is why we see the weakness where it is coming from. Personally, I'm always gonna say, and I'm gonna be a high advocate of a father being always very present in a child's life, both parents actually, but more
Of
a
course.
father. Because personally, I feel like it's also played a very good role on me, as much as I did have a good mom. Meeting also the father figure side, which was actually, you know,
Yeah.
tough, but really actually did mold me to become also who I really am. So I believe that is what we actually need. We need to stop normalizing divorce, number one, because that is what is weakening the society. And that is where we can see these other races coming to take actually advantage of, where they're making African women globally to hate their men, to divorce them, to bring this child support agenda. It's all about extorting money from the man to never grow, die poor. And then when are you gonna claim? Where do you claim actually generational wealth? Because once let's say you
You
gave
can't.
let's say you
You
gave
can't.
birth to your first child is full black, then your second baby daddy is a Chinese guy, and then we've seen their journey is all about getting land in Africa. So once they get the land and it's all on their name, I mean, where do you claim the generational wealth? Nowhere, because you don't belong there. Actually, the land is claimed to be theirs. So it is crazy, and we need to stop that. That is just personally where I feel like the weapon, or where which they're using as a weapon, is where the black community is becoming weaker every single day. Instead of uniting families, growing up together, strengthening, understanding, sticking to the cultures of and traditions of us African people. That is why I feel like they have taken advantage of. But anyway, moving forward to the next conversation is about Niger. Of course, we've been seeing them demanding the U.S. troops to leave their country. That is weeks after we saw Chad managing to send out the U.S. troops, which, like I personally said earlier, I'm really confused about Chad's position currently after the elections. Is this a democratically led country, or is it
I
a
doubt it.
full
I
democracy
doubt it.
country?
I doubt it. I
You
doubt
doubt
it.
it. I'm confused. That's why I said I'm in between. I'm not sure what is really happening there, because they were supposed to join the alliance Sahel state. I'm not sure if they really fully did. We saw
I wouldn't
them.
let them. I wouldn't let them
US,
join because there was too much French influence. I wouldn't let them join. I wouldn't let them
okay.
join till they get off. Yeah, till they kick the white. They still got an American military base there too. You kick the Americans and the French out. No, that's just hell no.
Yep.
So,
Okay, so we have the US and Niger who have agreed that America troops will leave the country not later than 15th of September, and they announced in a joint statement that is yesterday.
15, gotta keep doing all this. Just get the fuck out. Why I gotta wait another 4 months? See, whenever you do that, Niger, they're gonna be cut. They're gonna put the spies, the CIA's running around Niger right now, trying to figure out how to overthrow your ass, how to cause descent, like they
They're
just
buying
did
more time.
last month in Zimbabwe, like they just tried to do in the Congo. See, told you, Africa's wealthy. They must maintain the stealing of the continent, because white people don't have shit. They never had shit. Been off the backs of African people. Like I said, but your IQ level's been too low. You never knew this. You never knew you were wealthy. They say you're
Our
stupid.
IQ level, our IQ level, our IQ level.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah, your IQ
our
level's too low. Yeah. Your
no,
IQ
no.
level's too low. Your IQ level's too low. You're walking around, you're a bunch of retarded people. That's why you're poor. They said, don't blame us, you're retarded. Don't blame us, you're retarded.
Our IQ level as African people globally,
Well,
globally. But anyway, they're also saying that they say that the two countries had reached and disengagement agreed to affect the withdrawal of the U.S. forces, which has already begun, and the U.S. has relied on Niger as its primary base for monitoring regional jihadist activity. Indeed, the military junta, which seized power last year, has already ordered French troops to leave while moving closer to Russia. And the statement commended the joint sacrifices of Nigerian and the U.S. forces in the fight against terrorism, adding that the withdrawal would not affect the continuation of the U.S.-Niger relation. While this is positive, and as much as we can see, they're trying to buy more time, like what Keith is trying to say,
exactly. I
planting
don't
less,
think, I don't think it's positive. They try to
leaving
buy
them.
them. Why don't you leave now? Why I gotta wait 4 more months? Get your ass out of there now. All that old
Immediate.
shit. Yeah, immediately
Immediate.
get your ass out. See, don't
Exactly.
think about Africa. They say you retarded. You don't see no African base at all in America, but they'll be tolerated. But you morons, I want a base in your country. They want a base to help your ass. They're not no base in Africa to help you, so they can keep robbing and stealing and destabilize it when you get to talking stupid about, oh, you need to leave. Let me not leaving shit. See, this is how power works. Not being scared. Oh, if I hit the Chinese man, where my fuck that. Power doesn't have to say I'm sorry. Do what the hell I want to do. So that's why they want to be in all these African countries to make sure the theft continues. That's why they run around fucking Zimbabwe, Angola. And you know what I mean? Military base they got in fucking Africa? It's crazy. Fucking Botswana, Namibia. To get their shit. And go and give them no damn 7-4 bummer. And go and say, get your shit and get the fuck out now. You got if I can look this up, the Angolan president said you got 72 hours to get your shit, get all of it, and get the fuck out. You know, damn 4 months to get your shit, get the fuck out of here.
Well, at least Niger is doing something, Keith. We gotta give them their flowers, you know, unlike the rest of the countries, like the puppet control countries. None of them can say the same. None of them can we see them actually trying to tell their people, it's a high time we get rid of this and this and this, and we got your back. But yeah, so we gotta give them their flowers.
You gotta raise that IQ. Gotta raise that IQ level up. God damn, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh my God, the Nigerians are 60. See, it can't be how they such good scammers if the IQ number 67. Get out of here.
Okay. I don't know which country has the highest. Libya has 90. I don't.
See, they always say that the Arabs. See, they said all the white Arab countries. I told you more they were gonna say that. All the white Arab countries are gonna have higher IQs than the black ones. It's gonna be Libya, Morocco, Algeria, and Egypt. All the white African countries are gonna have high IQs, and all the black African countries are gonna all be returned, except maybe South Africa because it got white people there, but there's not enough white people to change the IQ. So South Africa is probably low as hell too, because most of them can't even read or write. So all of black Africa will be 75 means you're retarded. They got pictures of countries of 60 and 50.
It's a lie, my friends. It's a lie. Do not buy that nonsense, my friends. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Someone says Singapore went to Jamaica, which is technically an African country based on population, and now looks nothing like an African country.
What, Jamaica?
He also says Singapore.
No. You think Jamaica's an African country, according to population?
He says Singapore went to Jamaica, which is technically an African country.
Yes, Jamaica, which is technically African country, which it is.
He also says Henry Keys said Jamaica had too many rich blacks in the day, and he said if left alone, it would spread to the rest of the Caribbean. And Ekan says that, Christian stupid Jamaicans are putting Chinese and Arabs, Indians, and white people over themselves. And this is actually a global thing, like where I feel like Africans, we always putting these other races on top. You know, we just have the Indian restaurant, which has already been opened. And I can see people supporting that business more than the other one. So that tells a lot. So, and it's crazy. Shout out to the Indians. And
I got something to do with your IQ level. It's crazy. I was told not to go to people's restaurant who hate you. Yeah.
Stop. He also says if men from another country beat you in your country and dominate you, you are annexed. You say that? Annexed? If I'm pronouncing it correctly. Annexed. It's like, okay, whatever that means. But anyway, onto the major conversation is about the DRC Congo, which there is rumors of an attempted coup, and this has been planned, of course, by some of the foreigners who have actually been arrested right now as we talk, and we have some of them British and some of them being Americans. The Democratic Republic of Congo army says it has quashed an attempted coup against
They say
President
white
Felix
people.
Tshisekedi in the capital Kinshasa involving Congolese and foreign fighters. The DRC Congo army spokesperson Brig Gen Sylavin said that 50 suspects, including 3 Americans and naturalized British citizens, have been detained.
Yeah.
He
Yes, I want you to understand that white people think they have the right to Africa. You need to understand that. Whether you got a low IQ or not.
The audacity. You know, it's like you come to my house and you tell me you have the right to my house. Like, who the heck are you? Who are you? You know, you only allowed to use my toilet and get the F out.
I'm the white man, and you're a moron because you got a 75 IQ. That's why I'm the white man. I went
on. Okay, can you check at you first? You got literally no IQ at all, probably. You know, telling me about 75. What do you have? Nothing. Zero. Can you tell me about yourself, your existence, or you can't even trace your originality? Shut the F up, you know. But yes, they're saying that 50 suspects, including the 3 Americans and naturalized British citizens, have been detained. And they previously said on the state-run broadcast TV that the situation is now under control. His statement comes hours after armed men attacked the house of Vital Kamer, the former chief of staff and close ally of President Tshisekedi early on Sunday morning. And witnesses say a group of about 20 assailants in army uniform attacked the residence, and an exchange of gunfire followed. 2 guards and assailants were killed in the attack, and Mr. Kaheme's house, is the spokesperson, and the Japanese ambassador said that was on Twitter. Well, this is sad to see it's not the people of Congo, to see it is actually the same people who colonized us are the same people now coming to trying to do it. And that is what Keith exactly is saying, is the audacity of you thinking you have the right to Africa. It's just the audacity. But who has given them this audacity? Again, same people. We, you know, like you said, being beaten by the Chinese. We have our government, which actually has no restrictions of people coming and out of the country. You know, we're talking about visa-free, but we have restrictions on the African people coming to
white people. Exactly. Remember, white people get to come to Africa without a visa. White people get to come to Africa without a visa.
Yep. Exactly. But you as an African, you gotta pay. You think it's a visa-free, but you gotta pay. You know, you have to pay that shit. You know, we are taking money from you to pay taxes. We have infrastructures to build. You know, apart from taking 30 billion to take away the disasters of floods, we still want more from you, the Malawians, the Ugandans. I saw Uganda has 76% of 76. Please spare me. 76. You want to tell me Uganda is more higher than Kenya? We're not making sense, you know. Crazy.
You know, Toby, there's no difference between 75 and 76. You're all retarded.
It's just the audacity that actually Uganda is quite a bit higher than Kenya. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway,
let's do it. What's the IQ level of Jamaica?
Let's see, Jamaica. It's not on this one. Let me see. Let me see.
I don't say it's about 72.
75.
Really? All black countries are retarded.
All black people are retarded, then don't say no black countries. All African people, wherever we are retarded, then whatever you know, and that is not us saying, you know, that is one thing. So personally, I'm not gonna buy that, you know. I'm not gonna take none of that. But anyway, family, we're coming to the end of today's conversation, and I see Samuel says probably 76, it's 75, so you are close to the answer. Thank you for trying. But yes, that is our conversation for today. And Asante is
African people out here walking around retarded.
See, it's just poking me like this because he knows this is about me, you know. He's doing this. He's doing this. But anyway, family, much love. Asante Isara for tuning in. Thank you so much. You can fire Michelle, Jesus Williams, Samuel, and that's John Mosquito, and to all the amazing silent listeners.
I'm gonna stand with that white man there. Don't very much. We dominate your country, steal your resources.
You should do better and compliment your people. You should do better. Compliment your people. Not saying what the white man said.
No, I said it made me angry. I said I got angry. I got angry because he was talking about something else, and then he went out and said, he was talking about something else, Joe. But then he pivoted his conversation. And then again, you people get talking about us dominating the African. The African is stupid, whether you like it or not. It's not my fault they're stupid. Are you ready for the truth? I know you're going to call me a racist for calling them stupid. The African is stupid. The average IQ is 75. I was like, 75? No way. No way. What? What? I was like, I did my Joby. What?
Tell that Mzungu to go drink some porridge and go back to sleep. You know, we don't need none of it. You know,
So,
facts. We don't, all we have, all we need is just our land and we see our IQ going back okay.
Yeah, but he's not saying how savage they are. We got low cute because you're sad. What about your savagery? You being a savage. You're being savage. What about that? And then Africa is so stupid. That's like Kenya. Why do you white people hire Kenyans to do all your goddamn tests in your colleges in Europe?
Yeah, my IQ is 100%, 100 on top, you know. I don't know about the crackers investigations and the statistics.
I told tomorrow my IQ is 130. I did the IQ test in college. Mine's 130. So I was like 70. See, that's why I know that thing's a lot. See, they show you all African countries, even Jamaica, they showing you they all at 75, 76. Everybody's fucking retarded. You didn't find out one African country over 80. Not one. Now, if I did all the Caribbean, Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados, Bahamas, Trinidad, Tobago, they'd all be 75. Because those are all Africans. They'd all be fucking retarded. I'm telling you right now. But if I do a country with white people in it, even though the country's majority black, Brazil is a majority black country. You know, you don't see them. You see mostly white people, but the majority is African. So, do me a favor, Joe. Before we got, what's Brazil's IQ? Since the white people, they're not going to be 75 because they don't want to be. Because even though black people are the majority, I'm sure they're not going to say Brazil's 75. They'll be like 90 or above. Because you got a lot of white people living there. But the majority is African.
87.
See, there's at least 87. See? So they're not going to be in the 80s, they're not going to be in the 70s. They know this is fraudulent. How white people set up everything against black people. Because I know we're going to be in the 70s, even though the majority in Brazil are Africans. That's the majority of that country, African people. But I knew they weren't going to say 70 because there's too many. We got a bunch of white people there too. They don't want to say all these white people are retarded. Oh, okay. See? So if you go every Caribbean country, we know it's African. Barbados, Bermuda, Trinidad, Tobago. I bet all these motherfuckers are 75.
Much love. It is just your decent people. Much love. Have an amazing day.
I'm not decent people. Tell what it would be. I'm in the white man did that.
Level is gonna go back higher. We should not embrace what these people are saying. You know, we know the reason why our people are like that. So, you know, we're gonna be cool. We're gonna be okay. But much love, family. Have an amazing day. You know, don't take in that 75 IQ nonsense. You know, believe that you're actually vibrating on a higher level than whatever they are saying. But anyway, Samuel says, you know that IQ test design had to be changed 4 times. See?
Oh, I know it's phony. I know it's phony. I know it's basically biased, Samuel. It doesn't measure EQ. See, they have a complete IQ. You also must measure EQ. Huh?
We do have smart people, and we've seen them actually being, disappearing because of coming with different type of innovations. So we do have smart people. We do have smart people.
Of course. That's it. See, they never want to say EQ. The European is a savage, so he doesn't have any EQ. Doesn't have any emotional IQ. He's a savage. So you must have both of them to rank as IQ. I already know that the thing is biased. I'm just saying what it was. I was looking at. I know they were going to be that blatantly biased. These motherfuckers say all African countries are retarded. Wow, this is great. This is how blatant and bold, how racist. Because that means them don't call me racist, but they are naturally racist because they have low EQ. They have low EQ. They just say IQ must IQ and EQ to have a high IQ. So, all right, every African country is going to be 75 and under. You know it. Because everything, because that makes them feel good. That's the lies they tell. That's the nonsense they tell. Good.
Samuel, it is for Cayman. It is 82%. So that is the IQ level for Cayman Island. But anyway, family, we wrap it up there.
Hey, is the Caymans got a lot of white people in the Hey, Samuel, is the Caymans majority black in the Caribbean? Or is it, I know you guys got a lot of white people there. You know, that's a vacation spot. I never been to Caymans. Tell me, Samuel, since you live in that, is it majority black or white? I know there's about a lot of black people to do the labor. Is the Caymans majority white or black, Samuel? Must be majority white. The 82. A lot of white people living there. They don't want to be mixed with the black people. I'm stupid. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of white people there. I know. A lot of white people in the Caymans. That's when they remember. That's the banks where they put all the African despots' money. Fruto, Uhuru, all that money's down there where you at. Them Cayman Island banks where all the despots have their hidden money at.
Yeah, but
tons of mixed whites and exactly. Tons of mixed whites and Spanish. Exactly. That's why they want to say it's 70. Too many white folks there.
Time is up.
All right, Joby. Time is up. Calm down.
Have an amazing day and see you guys later on the With Him Scoop Show. And thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. Kindly share this amazing broadcast with your family and friends for those who'd love to learn something of what is happening in the African continent. And of course,
they might can't. Their IQs may be too low.
Oh my God. Nah, I'm not with they might not. I'm out. What? You're discouraging people instead of encouraging people. What's up?
No, I'm making a joke. That's what they said. I'm not sure I believe it. I'm gonna say, hey.
Yeah, share with your family and friends. They have good IQ, family. The IQ is on top.
Like I said, that's why he said that's why black people worship white people because your IQs are low. That's what he was saying. That's why that guy in Rwanda said, I love you, white man, I love you. because you got a low IQ, Joby.
Go away, kid. If you want to just kindly do like this amazing live session, and of course you can watch the replay in case you're just tuning in. We are coming to the end of the show today.
Joe Mosquito on TikTok. He wasn't on TikTok.
Joe Mosquito, asante sana for tuning in.
Joe Mosquito. That's why you got a low IQ. That's why you're always running around London. Yeah,